Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Fitness Education Series produced by the Australian Fitness Academy. It's like progressive overload for your brain. I'm your host, Tom Rock, and today's episode I want to talk about polyphenols. And this episode comes off the back of a really great PD session I did here with Third Aid Fitness about training older adults. And it's definitely a PD that I got a lot out of, and it's something that I'll go into, I think, next week or the week after in the later podcast and talk more about Third Aid Fitness, what they're doing in the older adult space, and some really great concepts that I got out of that sort of PD, that workshop that I did with them. So I'll definitely delve more into the older adult side of things in the next couple of weeks, I think, and do a really good podcast on that, as I got a lot out of the workshop with Third Aid Fitness. But one of the little takeaways that I wanted to touch on today was the health benefits of, I guess, polyphenols, which is a substance or a substrate or a compound found in a lot of fruits and vegetables, and is obviously forms a range, a part of a healthy, well-balanced diet. But there's lots of benefits to these polyphenols, which can act as antioxidants as well. And antioxidants help reduce free radicals in our system, which can cause oxidative stress and things like that. So there's a range of health benefits to these polyphenols, and they can improve, or they protect against cardiovascular health, and they reduce the risk of heart disease. They can improve our cholesterol levels, so increase our good cholesterol, HDL, and decrease our LDL, which is our bad cholesterol, and lower blood pressure. So these polyphenols that act as antioxidants in our system, and they're generally can be termed flavonoids and polyphenic acids as well, come from these fruits and vegetables, improve things, improve metabolic health. They can prevent cancer or help reduce the risk of cancers. They're great for brain and cognitive health, which is, I guess, the topic we sort of discussed in the workshop with Third Age Fitness is brain health and protecting against neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and things like that. And they're really great for gut health and immune support as well. So these polyphenols, and it was really interesting chat, and I got a lot out of the day. But there's common fruits and vegetables that are high in polyphenols. So berries, so blueberries and strawberries are probably some main ones. Some apples, grapes, plums, spinach, kale, broccoli, onions are sources as well. Some like red wine, obviously there's negative effects of red wine as well, but red wine does contain these sort of antioxidants substances as well. Green tea, black tea, and coffee as well. And dark chocolate is another sort of form. So obviously in moderation, some of these, but there are a lot of sources of these polyphenols around. So in a well-balanced diet, it's easy sort of to get a number of these molecules or substances to help maintain our health or improve our health. But the main takeaway I got from, or something that I didn't know previously, is there are other fruits and vegetables that have what is called polyphenol oxidase, and I sort of read into this a little bit after the workshop. But one of those fruits or vegetables is banana. And what I learned at the workshop is that if you're making, say, the smoothie with, say, let's say blueberries in your smoothie that have all these really good polyphenols that are great for your health, reducing risk of chronic diseases and improving brain health, cognitive health, all these things. If you actually put a banana into that smoothie, because the banana's got polyphenol oxidase, which is a sort of an enzyme that will break down or oxidize polyphenols, you lose that the benefits from those blueberries, and they lose their beneficial effect if they're mixed in with bananas in that smoothie. So if you're having a blueberry smoothie and you're putting bananas in it, probably a recommendation would be not to have the bananas in the blueberry smoothie. If you have it at a different time of day, absolutely fine. But if these are mixed together in conjunction, we lose the benefits that we would get from the polyphenols in the blueberries because of the chemicals and enzymes in the banana. So very interesting. It's something I didn't know, and an interesting concept in terms of the interplay between different foods and maximizing intake of vitamins and minerals and things, which can get touched on. Dietitians know a lot more about that, obviously. But a very interesting thing if you're having a smoothie and trying to get the benefit from these polyphenols or the goodness of these berries. Banana, there's obviously still a lot of other micro nutrients, vitamins and minerals that you'll get in berries that will still be of absolute health benefit. But the benefits of the polyphenols get reduced because you mix bananas with it. So very, very interesting. Other foods or vegetables, avocado and mushrooms also sort of have high amounts of polyphenol oxidase, which reduce the effect of that you'll get from polyphenols. So yeah, just a really interesting one, I think. That was sort of news to me in terms of I shouldn't have banana in my blueberry smoothie. Nothing wrong with it, but you potentially lose some of the beneficial effects of the berry fruit, which I thought was very, very interesting and a good little hack or trick that is not really well known. I'll put a study. I'll post a link to one study that I sort of found that did look at this, but it's a bit of a read, so see how you go. But it's definitely some research that is out there. There's not a lot of information out there on it. And obviously you'll still get some effects, and because we're eating hopefully eating a wide variety of fruit and vegetable every day, we're still going to see great effects from the polyphenols in the range of different foods we eat. But it was just interesting to see that potentially what foods we pair together or prepare together affect how they what benefits we get from it, and what chemicals we can actually ingest and utilize in our body in terms of the health benefits. So yeah, a really interesting one. But yeah, if you're putting bananas into your blueberry smoothie, could be something to potentially avoid. Obviously, if you like taste, go for it. But yeah, very, very interesting one is to not have bananas in your blueberry smoothies to get the most health benefit out of these antioxidants. Very, very cool. But yeah, hopefully a bit of a fun one for you guys. Again, I'll touch on third aid fitness again in a future podcast because I learned a lot of takeaways in terms of older adult training and brain health and maintaining longevity, which was really, really cool. The last thing I want to mention on this podcast is if you are a listener and you're in Victoria, in Melbourne, Australia, I'm running a Maximising Hypertrophy workshop on the 13th of March. It's $50. It'll go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's at the Australian Fitness Academy at our campus in Caulfield. So I'll put the link to sign up for that. There's limited seats and limited tickets. So definitely if you're interested, jump on and book yourself a seat. I would love to see you there. As I said, the details will be in the show notes below. Click the link, follow the link, and come on down to sort of a couple of hours where I talk about maximising hypertrophy. And really we delve into some of the research behind applied, I guess, training and to maximize hypertrophy. We look at session structures, rest periods, training volume, and then we do a bit of practical stuff as well in the gym. We'll jump out in the gym and really sort of discuss how intensity plays a part and sort of the role of that and maximizing hypertrophy for a client. So a little bit of scientific stuff, but a lot of practical stuff that you can take away and implement straight away. So yeah, if you're in the area in Melbourne, it'll be a sort of a good little workshop, bit of fun. Come and join in, but link in the bio if you want any more information on that. Other than that, guys, if you do have any topics or things you'd like me to cover, send an email to tom@afa.com.au. Happy to touch on anything you guys would like me to hear about. But yeah, other than that, have a great weekend, guys, and I'll talk to you all soon.